Queen Medusa, also known as Kai Lin, is one of the main female heroines in Battle Through the Heavens. She is the queen of the Snake People tribe and, according to the original story, the first wife of Xiao Yan. For many fans, she has become one of the most beloved characters. Her beauty, charm, and cold, proud personality have drawn tremendous attention. Over time, Kai Lin and Xiao Yan developed genuine feelings for each other, and Queen Medusa no longer tried to kill him. Moreover, she became Xiao Yan's loyal companion in his dangerous adventures. Queen Medusa's talent is exceptional, even by the standards of the Central Plains. She has already reached the level of an 8-star Douluo. She possesses the special Medusa bloodline, which was also inherited by her daughter, Xiao Xiao. The Snake People race is different from humans, especially the Medusa lineage. If she truly becomes pregnant, the gestation period is unlikely to be short. It usually lasts from 3 to 5 years. Thanks to their secret techniques, it's no surprise that each generation of Medusas is so powerful. Healing and nurturing forces already flow into their small bodies even while they are still in their mother's womb. There are 3 levels of secret techniques designed to maintain the Medusa bloodline. Kai Lin herself received nourishment of the middle grade. However, for Xiao Xiao, an 8th-tier medicinal pill was chosen, one that could best unlock the full potential of a Medusa child. The future of such a child could only be described as terrifying in terms of talent and power growth. Now let's talk about Kai Lin's evolution. The first evolution of Queen Medusa was nearly completed when she reached the peak of the Donghua realm and used the azure green lotus. After her evolution, Queen Medusa transformed into a human form, and more importantly, her power rose to the level of a Douluo ancestor. Previously, Queen Medusa was accompanied by a massive purple serpent spirit, a magical beast of the 5th rank known as the Silent Purple Flame Snake. According to legend, this snake could awaken its dormant bloodline and transform into its ancient ancestor form. Naturally, the chances of success were extremely low. That ancient, rare creature, which could once rival beings of the Saint, Do Sheng level, was known as the 7-colored heaven-swallowing python. Its defining traits were its 7-colored scales, slightly violet pupils, intoxicating scent, and overwhelming power. Thus, Queen Medusa evolved into a true 7-colored heaven-swallowing python. The 7-colored python undergoes several stages of evolution. The energy required to move between stages is enormous, but the growth in strength is astonishing. This explains why Kai Lin's power rose so quickly to the Douluo level and why she advanced in stars almost as fast as Xiao Yan himself. The 7-colored python is already considered a supreme royal bloodline, so noble that even Qing Lin cannot subdue or control it. Yet it is not the ultimate form, nor the end of the evolution path. The true pinnacle of the 7-colored heaven-swallowing python is known by another name, the 9-colored heaven-swallowing python. However, only those ancestors with the purest and strongest bloodline could ever reach this stage. As you can already tell from the title, Kai Lin will one day evolve into this legendary 9-colored heaven-swallowing python. But what exactly is this creature? The 9-colored heaven-swallowing python was a divine existence believed to exist only in ancient legends. From a certain perspective, it was even more powerful than the progenitor of all serpent-type magical beasts, the ancient heaven serpent. Because so few ever existed, the fame of the 9-colored heaven-swallowing python was far less than that of the ancient heaven serpent. Even in ancient times, the 9-colored python almost never appeared, and each appearance brought shock and awe throughout the serpent race. Now that we understand this lineage, let's look at how Queen Medusa managed to evolve into the legendary 9-colored python, even though such an evolution should be nearly impossible. It all began when Queen Medusa reached the 9-star Douluo level. At the same time, Xiao Yan was in seclusion, preparing to break through to the realm of Saint, Do Sheng, with Yao Lao's guidance. During those 2 years, Queen Medusa spent most of her time in the Falling Star Pavilion. Yao Lao did everything he could to help her. He refined numerous healing and strengthening pills and sent members of the pavilion to search for rare natural treasures, all for Kai Lin's sake. Because of that, her strength grew from a 5-star Douluo, the level she had when she first came from the Jama Empire, to that of a peak 9-star Douluo expert. Such growth was considered incredibly fast. As a 7-colored heaven-swallowing python, Kai Lin's physical body was even stronger than Xiao Yan's. As long as she had enough energy, her power would never stagnate. The seven-colored python had always been regarded as one of the mightiest magical beasts since ancient times. Naturally, Kai Lin had a huge advantage in innate talent compared to Xiao Yan's hard-earned cultivation in his youth. The next step in her evolution involved traveling to the tribe of the 9 serene deep pythons. Xiao Yan intended to go there to obtain the serene source guarded by that tribe. Since Kai Lin lacked sufficient strength, Yao Lao suggested that Xiao Yan take her along to the 9 serene deep python tribe so she could evolve there. That place could be considered sacred to Kai Lin. The 7-colored heaven-swallowing python is a divine serpent, while the 9-colored python can rival the ancient heavenly serpent king. If Kai Lin succeeded in evolving, her power would rise to terrifying new heights. Yao Lao smiled and said that if she succeeded, her true form could coil around an entire mountain range, and even the heavens themselves might not be able to restrain her. Eventually, Xiao Yan and Queen Medusa journeyed to the 9 serene deep python tribe, where Xiao Yan saved their chief, Yao Ming, and forged an alliance with this powerful race of magical beasts. Xiao Yan then decided to leave Medusa there to cultivate, since the tribe's environment perfectly suited her 7-colored heaven-swallowing python form. The dark and chilling energy contained within the serene sources was deadly to ordinary experts. However, the 7-colored heaven-swallowing python possessed an extremely dense, dark, and cold aura. It was likely that only Kai Lin could absorb such energy freely and without fear. That place seemed almost created for Queen Medusa herself. Xiao Yan smiled as he looked at the serene source, surrounded by a mist of icy air. Kai Lin responded that the dark and cold energy within the serene source was extraordinary. Even the experts of the 9 serene deep python tribe dared not dive deep into it. Yet for her, it posed no problem. Her tone carried pride. As the only 7-colored heaven-swallowing python in the current world, as she believed, she looked down upon all other serpent-type magical beasts. However, her evolution was still far from complete. Remember that 7-colored origin stone Xiao Yan once bought for Queen Medusa? Much would still happen before her true evolution. For instance, Xiao Yan would later give her a 9th-grade treasure pill. It's a fascinating story, and we'll explore its continuation later. Thank you all for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Queen Medusa's talent rivals that of Xiao Yan? Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and see you next time.